Welcome everybody to Phoenix versus Misfits. This is the last match of the round one of this season's playoffs. Season 7 playoffs. Getting too excited, already thinking about the future. These teams, let's check their seeds real quick. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Let's take a little look here. Okay. Phoenix is the 18th seed this season, and Misfits are the 23rd seed. So if we're going just off of seeding, Phoenix on paper should be the favorite to win this one. First round of playoffs has not been very close. Every single playoff match we've had so far in the first round has been a solid 3-0. I do think, though, if there was one match that won't be a 3-0, it'll be this one. I think we could see both teams getting a map on the board. And we're going to kick this off with Misfits on attack first, starting now. All right, we've got Lucky Guy coming out on the Hazard character. I don't see a whole lot being played, and Arcanian is going to be on the Roadhog. Arcanian, very great at Reinhardt. Played a lot with them when I used to be on this Misfits team. They're a great Ryan player. They also take the Hog out. It's a little interesting. I'm surprised to see the Hog first before we see the Reinhardt, but maybe that's just the strategy for today. Mineral Fish on the side of Phoenix is going to get the opening pick onto Juicio. Omar going to take out Gatsby to make it a 4v4 at the moment. So both teams down one player. Mineral Fish trying to hold on to this high ground. This room is actually pretty important to hold on to on the defensive side. And it looks like Omar might be... Oh, I thought they were going to go up the stairs to try and start challenging him. Both tanks are going at it right now. Arcanian's taking a nap. And so far, not a lot of people going down. Mineral Fish, once again, will get the opening pick. And once again, it's going to be on Juicio. And now they're almost deleted cops there with some nice tracking. Diana's going to have to back off, and Misfits are going to regroup while they wait for their Juno to come back. And Gatsby going to get Omar. So Misfits having some trouble getting started. Perfect defense so far by Phoenix. No notes. Now they're going to come along the right side. Arcanian leading the charge, and a nice hook onto Mineral Fish. Is going to get anti, though. Has to make sure they don't take too much damage. Two players are going to go down on both sides. Gatsby going to get a double kill. They're going to go try get the Hazard now. Hazard's so low. And Omar will finish them off. The Brig in a bad position here, but still going to be able to get Omar on their way out. Kazi going to finish that one off, and the hook onto the Ana. And hold on. Kree says it's not over yet. Kree is going to take out Arcanian. Kazi, even though they were antied, able to finish off that kill, and finally Misfits are going to get this thing rolling. Now everybody in the lobby getting close to ults. We're going to have four ults on both sides, and then the other two players are going to get in close to theirs as well. So almost 10 ults ready to go. We're going to see who initiates this in this next team fight. Gatsby going to initiate it, going to get stunned out and taken out by Omar. And Omar going to get a second one. Both Cassidys have been playing very aggressively and very well so far in this early map. And the ults are continually piling on. Material Fish going to try and turn this around, looking for cops, finding them. And Arcanian going down as well. Kazi's going to have a rough time here, probably just going to reset. And will. And Phoenix going to hold them off there. But Phoenix burned through a lot more ultimates than Misfits did. Phoenix just has this Hazard ult left. Meanwhile, Misfits are going to have 4 ults to work with. All they used was Whole Hog. They held on to everything else. And Nano Blade is on the table for this next engage. Made it just in time. Let's go, Phoenix. What's up, Dry Noodles? Good to see ya. Big anti, though, is going to make things a little bit dangerous here. Catches 2. And luckily, neither of them are going to go down. Are we going to see a Nano Blade? We are not going to see a Nano Blade. And with that Hazard ult, Phoenix only had the one ult, and they're going to use it to win the team fight. And that is brutal. Brutal for Misfits. 30 seconds left on the clock. And and Arcanian going to go down late. That is not what Misfits wanted, because Misfits had a massive ult advantage going into that fight. And Phoenix just had the one ult. They just had the hazard ult, and that's all they needed to win that fight. Meanwhile, we could have dropped a Misfits Nano Blade, throw on a Cassidy or a Juno ult, just get the point, you know? After that, you can figure out what to do, but just get the point. And now you're not even gonna have the opportunity. You're gonna lose your Juno. That's no Juno beam for this next fight, and Omar's in trouble as well. Omar goes down, and we're gonna get Nano Blade, but it's gonna have to be an amazing Nano Blade to save the day here. And it is pretty good. It is pretty good. But I don't know if, I mean, no, never mind. Never mind. Kazi's gonna save the day as long as they can deal with the hazard. Kazi bailing out Misfits in what was almost a just straight up tragic first point. Kazi thirsty for that kill. That Nano Blade saved the day. They were at risk of not getting that there. Dude, these new scoreboards and Tough makes the stream look so cool. Dry Noodles, you don't know how happy that makes me. That literally made my day, bro. Yeah, I really like it, and we've got more where this is coming from, Dry Noodles. We're gonna get real fancy. Uh-oh, poor Cops. Oh, never mind. Cops gonna be all right. Oh, maybe not all right. We're gonna get like the map screens. We're gonna get everything. But yeah, thank you so much for the feedback, Dry. It means a lot to me, man. All right, sights for Mineral. Gonna get Kazi, gonna get Juicio. Cops, who had just came back, is in a rough position here, but probably gonna be all right. Actually, Mineral wants this. Mineral wants this. I mean, they have the agility. Oh no. And that dude, that's gonna be 20 seconds. Misfits just lost there because Cops was taken out. It's these big plays, aggressive plays on the side of Phoenix right now that's kind of putting them on the upper hand of this match so far. Makes it easy to keep track of what map it is, bans and weak, good stuff. Thank you so much. Kazi taking on Mineral. Kazi basically all alone here. And we're gonna be down to under a minute already. And here's Arcanian with this Ryan, like I said. Usually this player's hero pool is Ryan, Roadhog. They're very good at both of those picks. That's why I loved playing with Arcanian, because as a Baptiste player, those are the kind of tanks I like to play with, Roadhog and Ryan. It's got the Shatter ready to go. Both teams with 3 ults at the moment. And we're also getting close to another Blade as well. Not another Nano Blade. Poor Cops has been respawning a lot. Hasn't been able to really build this Nano. Juicio gonna kick it off. We're gonna sleep the hazard. We're gonna anti the hazard. But it's all orange in the kill feed so far. Mojito almost goes down, but it's going to get nanoed. A big nano from Kree to save their fellow support's life. And even though Misfits had the ultimates and used them first, it is going to be Phoenix clutching out the team fight and stopping Misfits from getting this second point. You got to show the map screen and stuff. It's going to look like. I'm thinking the maps having the team logos on their map pick. I think OWCS does it. Yeah. Yeah, Dry, that is, the map screen is probably next. That's what we're going to work on next. So instead of me showing like this this be right back screen, we would show a map screen right there. I even had a little idea. I was thinking of like, because sometimes we have long breaks between maps because we have long breaks between maps because people have to like make substitutions and pick bans and stuff like that. So I was thinking on the map screen, which is also going to be our be right back screen, we could have like this little like Overwatch trivia thing I could program where it like asks like Overwatch trivia questions like what country is this hero from, and I don't know, just something fun to keep people engaged maybe while we're waiting for between maps, because I feel like that's probably the weakest point of our current broadcast, is that there's just a lot of waiting time in between, you know, the waiting screens, the starting soon screen, the be right back screen, and the match is actually happening. I feel like when the match is happening, you know, it's fun, it's engaging, but it can really kill it while we're waiting for the next map. So that's the map screen's my next plan. Show small clips of the league games too. That could be cool. All right, swapping sides now. We're gonna have a Widowmaker coming out for Phoenix. That's fun. Actually, a lot of players in this lobby swapping the heroes they're playing. And for some reason, Gatsby's not hitting Juicio there. It looks like the cursor's right on their head. Omar gonna get the opening pick on the side of Misfits. Yeah, lots of swaps here from both sides. Arcania now on the Diva. Cops now on the Kiriko. Yeah, basically the DPS stayed the same for Misfits and everybody else changed. It looks like the DPS also changed on the side of Phoenix. Kazi gonna shut that down real quick. Not playing with that Echo. So far, so good. Missing the headshots by an inch. Yeah, it's like, because like, this Ana isn't even moving. Ana's literally just standing still, and Gatsby's like, it looks like the cursor's on it. Yeah, Gatsby's had enough of the Widow. Gonna go back to the Soj, it looks like. Great hold so far from Misfits, but they've got their work cut out for them. They did not push this thing very far once they got control of the payload. Looking for the kill on Material, will get it. I'm curious why Material's playing this Echo and not the Soldier. They were going ham on the Soldier. I'm kind of surprised they swapped it. And Omar has been on a tear. Cassie and Omar, the DPS for Misfits, coming alive on defense. Trying to buy as much time for their team as they can. And so far, so good. I mean, I think at this point, Misfits had even pushed it further at the 2-minute mark. Do have a Kitsune Rush cooking, but Misfits have the ult advantage as well. We're going to copy the Kitsune Rush on both sides, and Omar is going to go for the Cassidy ult, and it's going to lead to a kill onto the Hazard. And Cassie's going to clean up too. Gatsby trying to steal the payload, get a little bit of progress with it, but they are the only Phoenix player alive right now, and Cassie's not going to let them escape. Not on Cassie's watch. And this is surprising. I gotta be honest. And Juicio gonna find a kill there. Misfits are looking like a different team on defense right now. I don't know if it's the support swaps or the tank swap or what it is, but Phoenix looked well in control of this game up until they swapped sides. And now it's looking like a completely different game. I'm so curious about the Echo pick. Finally seeing Echo in the league. You were a former Echo OTP on Saturn. Oh yeah, I remember a few cards of that, Tri-Noodles. I remember seeing that. All right, Juicio in big trouble here. Gonna be finished off. Goes for the Hazard ult. Don't know if they caught anybody, but that's 3 Phoenix kills just like that. Just the Kiriko and the Diva alive at the moment, and they're gonna get out of there. Well, I think they're gonna get out of there. they're still not fully backed up. All right, team is back. Misfits are going to have at least one more opportunity to stop them there. We've only got one ult on the side of Phoenix. Wonder what we're going to copy here. Man, they're flying high and without cover. Gazi going to go in with a Nano Blade, looking for something. Tries to go for the Kiriko, but not going to bite. Gets the Wuyong at least. And now trying to find this Kiriko. Good dodges there by Mojito. Making Kazi's job really hard here. But we've already got 10 seconds left. Phoenix have to finish it here, but they're going to lose Gatsby early. Omar with the first kill, and it could be a massive kill. We got 4 Phoenix members alive. They cannot afford to go down here. They need to get this payload in there so they can get more clock, but they C9 it. They C9 it. They were too focused on the flankers in their backline. The flankers doing their job there. And it's going to lead to a C9 and Misfits winning the first map. But like I said, already a good one. I think of all the first round playoff matches this week, I think this is going to be the best one. Kickoff map number 2. We're going to be at Winter Kings Row. Getting around that time of year now. Pretty close. Close enough for them to start selling like Christmas stuff at Dollar Tree. They were selling, I swear they were selling Halloween stuff back in like July. Like, dude, relax. Do like the Christmas Kings Row though. I don't know if it's better than the Winter Kings Row. I mean, the Night Kings Row. Night Kings Row is so classic. But I'll tell you what, I do not like Daytime Kings Row. Hate it. Hate it.
Looks like a 30% chance of precipitation.
All right, looks like we're going to be swapping things up a bit here. So Reinhardt was banned on King's Row, which, what are we doing? And that is actually going to cause Arcanian to move off of tank. Kazi's going to be taking tank instead. So we have the Ryan ban coming out from Phoenix, and we're going to have the Soldier ban. And so it seems like Misfits thought what I was thinking. It seemed like Mineral was going crazy on the Soldier, but then they didn't play Soldier on attack. It was really interesting. I don't understand why. Arcanium was waiting to wall them off. Let's see, did they catch anything? Gonna be taken out there. We also do have some substitutions I forgot to mention. Cabeza is gonna be coming in for Cops on the side of Misfits. And Tang, this looks like a Korean word. I'm gonna call them Tay. Tay came in for somebody. I'm having a hard time remembering. Oh, the other tank. Luck. Okay. So yeah, one sub on each side. Phoenix on attack first. Mineral Fish now on the Pharah, and they're gonna be able to take out Arcanian. So opening pick here for Phoenix. Now poking and prodding, and Tay is going to be able to get a nice kill on the Cabeza. So that's 2 picks now for Phoenix. They should be able to move in here. Omar, though, with a nice kill on the Gatsby. Can Omar turn it around? Not going to happen. Mineral is going to be able to take him out, but we still have a full HP Ramatra on point. And that is something you've got to worry about. But it looks like Phoenix are going to be able to clean things up. They're going to go for backline first, finish off Kazi's team, and then eventually take them out. You know, it is tough for Misfits that Kazi is on tank because I personally think, you know, Kazi would be much more effective for this Misfits team on the Genji. I mean, basically, Misfits might have lost first map if it wasn't for that Nano Blade from Kazi. Just a phenomenal Genji player. I mean, I understand why Kazi's coming out on the tank because maybe Arcanium is like, hey, I can only play the Hog now, and they will just counter us, and it'll be tough. And Kazi's like, okay, maybe I can play something else, kind of throw them off. But I don't know. You know, you wonder about, is that worth it? And close team fight here as multiple players from both teams are going to go down. Kazi's going to try and win it themselves here, but they don't have any supports. And so while they will slow down Phoenix a bit here, it's not going to be enough to actually stop them. I heard so much words, but nothing registered. I'm breaking down the inner team dynamics here, Dry. It's very important. We're running Pharmacy in 2025. But it seems to be working, so can't say anything. Gatsby in trouble here, and a nice shot from Omar. Tay gonna go for a Junker Queen ult on backline. It is gonna catch a few. Not gonna finish anybody off though. And now Tay's in trouble, taking some shots from Kazi. Kazi really chasing down this queen. And Omar has just been hitting their shots right now. It's gonna get a triple kill, maybe one more, as Tay's running away. Omar looking straight lethal on the Cassidy. Interesting dynamics. Let's go, Phoenix. I don't know. You might, if you're a Phoenix fan right now, you gotta be worried about this Omar dude. Dude is having themselves a game right now. Omar is, any squishy that isn't using cover right now is just being blasted by this guy. All right, let's take a look at the ult here. We do have a nice beam from Cabeza, but that's basically it. Meanwhile, we've got both DPS ults ready to go and a window from Kree. And looks like Gatsby is going to kick off the party, going to take out Kazi, and Misfits needs to get the hell out of here now. But they're going to lose another one. They're going to lose Arcanian on the Sombra. And Omar's in a rough position. They're not going to be here for long. No way they get out of here, right? Nearly do. But eventually will be caught. Misfits need to try and regroup for one more team fight because they got a long walk. Anybody that goes down right now is going to have a long walk. And unfortunately for them, that's going to be a lot of players that go down. So Misfits, you know, might have been able to get another team fight in there, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now. Even though Kazi did get Gatsby there. And that's rough because that is a point you want to hold. Because if you take out the attackers, they have to walk back so far. But Tide really... The tide is really changing for Phoenix right now. They're getting a lot of momentum. We'll see if... And, you know, even though Omar is getting lots of kills, I mean, Phoenix is keeping this bot moving. We're going to use a couple ults there. Two very high-value ults of Ramatra and Juno. And that will stop Phoenix. Mineral Fish is still in the back line, taking on Arcanian. In a little 1v1. Here comes the rest of the team, though. Mineral Fish looks like they're going to be able to make it out of here. No, Cabeza going to be the one to finish him off. All right, so Misfits now have to hold this for 2.5 minutes. So, you know what? I mean, things have been going relatively well for Misfits, actually. And they're going to get Tay and Gatsby there. And we're going to have a late barrage. I'd hope Mineral Fish would be swapping after a barrage like that, because definitely could have saved that for later. Have more value. We'll see. They are. Okay. I didn't doubt you, Mineral Fish. I had a feeling you knew what you were doing there. All right, Tay gonna go in the insides now, chasing down Omar, who has really been probably the biggest problem right now. And Omar is narrowly gonna be able to survive with some good peel from their supports. And I smell a Junker Queen ult. Here it comes, and it's gonna be a big one. Gets Juicio off rip. Now looking for Omar. Omar with the dodges though, but not gonna be enough. Just gonna be the Sombra who's gonna be taken out shortly after. Phoenix approaching the final point with a minute 30 on the clock, ready to go. See, Phoenix got this. I do think, I mean, yeah, it's super close. I do think Phoenix might be on paper the better team. But the first map was, I don't know, first map really made me doubt that. Juicio going to be an opening pick here onto Mojito. Going off some Wuyong. It's been interesting to see some teams like to play the Wuyong, some not really feeling it. Juicio going to go ahead and get a triple kill on the Wuyong in this team fight. Juicio popping off. And Cabeza is going to get in on the support player fun there, getting a kill of them for themselves too. The Misfits supports even lighting up the kill feed right now. We've got less than a minute to go. Rooting for them totally not to riz up Furry Huzz. I'm not even going to inquire what that means. Dry. But yeah, this Phoenix team, I am a big fan of this Phoenix team because I have seen Palfitter build this up basically from scratch. And those are like my favorites, like stories where it's not just like one friend group that all gets together. I mean, those teams are great too, but I love to see someone like build a team from nothing. Like, I always think that's so cool. So big shout out to them. And it looks like that might be it. 10 seconds to touch payload. And they're nowhere near it. And Misfits will stop them about halfway to the third point. And we have a pause here. Hopefully someone didn't leave the game. Did someone leave? I mean, Ruin didn't pause the game because they seem confused too. So, who DC'd? We're taking a while to actually register as a DC. I'm so confused. I've never seen this happen. I've never seen the game randomly pause and somebody doesn't leave the lobby. But that was the perfect time for that to happen, though. The absolute perfect time since the round was already over. Can you imagine if that happened in the middle of a team fight?
Initiating match.
All right. A DC like that usually happens. I've never seen that. I've never seen it pause the DC without them actually leaving the game. Because like, look, in the chat, it never said somebody left.
How about we call a truce?
Not seen it once, and I've hosted a lot of these lobbies. All right, well, Misfits have a clear win condition. They've got to get this thing halfway to third point.
Controlled 0-point energy fluctuations?
Stop it!
No. Someone's peanut butter.
Appreciate you a lot for keeping chat active, Dry. Yes, thank you, Dry. Thank you, Dry. Appreciate it. Give me something to look at here besides the match, so thank you. All right, Omar. Oh my gosh. Omar connected on that headshot on Kree, but it wasn't enough to actually take them out. Maybe it was too far away or it wasn't fully charged, but that's crazy. That could have been a rough start to the map for Phoenix if they just lost their BAP like that. Kazi going straight at Mineral Fish, and Mineral Fish is in for a rough time right there. 3 players gonna jump right on the Freya. I've been playing a lot of Freya lately, trying to learn her, and what I've noticed about Freya is if you get dove, you're done for. That's it. And that's exactly what we saw from Misfits. Misfits already with 1 tick, might get 2. I mean, they've only got 1 pick here, and Phoenix are already backing all the way off. Gatsby, though, gonna go straight to point, gonna get Omar. It looks like Cabeza gonna avenge their fallen teammate. And Hazard gonna go straight for the back line now. Got a Reaper in their face and their anti, though. This is going to be rough. Kazi somehow still alive. Kazi should not be alive right now, especially with the hitbox that big. But it looks like Phoenix are stabilizing. I think they're going to come out of this all right. They got to get a pick now. And they are going to get Kazi, Omar at the same exact time. Omar going to get 2 before going down. And Omar got both supports. And both those supports are slow. We've got Baptiste and Ana down. So if Misfits go balls to the wall fast right now, they could get there before both supports get back. But they gotta go like now, which they don't seem to be doing. So they might not have realized. And Gatsby with a major pulse bomb, and unfortunately I'm gonna miss it. The pulse bomb is gonna take out Juicio and Omar. So there goes that attack for Misfits. They're going to have to peel off back here. We're down to the 2-minute mark for Misfits. Getting close to a Hazard ult. Will Kazi let it rip? We've got the attack Torb too, which is kind of interesting. We got Juno ult almost ready as well. These are big ultimates for Misfits that could really turn the tide here. Tay is going to get Juicio, but it looks like Misfits are going to get the player advantage so far in this team fight. Gatsby gonna try and turn things around. Gonna get 1 and might get Omar as well. Gatsby gonna get 2, trying to turn things around. And actually, oh my goodness, Misfits are gonna lose this team fight. They got 3 quick kills at the very beginning there, and it somehow still fell apart for them. All right, but they've got both support ults to work with in this next fight. Meanwhile, we don't have anything at the moment for Phoenix. We are getting close to a couple like Nano, Pulse, and Death Blossom. But Phoenix really holding the line here on defense. We've got just a minute left for Misfits. We're going to go ahead and use the Wuyong ult. Mineral Fish is going to drop the Reaper ult. So far, player advantage for Phoenix. And their Juno is going to die without using... What's the Juno ult called? I just call it Beam. I don't know what it's called. Looks like Misfits are going to have 1 more shot at it. They've got 2 pretty big ultimates here to try and do this. But Gatsby with a Pulse Bomb could really destroy their hopes. 1 perfectly placed Pulse ends this map and ties up this series. We've also got a Nano for Mojito. Both players with options. Here comes the Satellite Vector, or whatever the hell. We need a big Pulse. Gonna toss it at Omar's feet, and it's gonna blow up Cabeza, though. They're not going to land on the intended target, but it will get 1. Now they're going for this Junker Queen, and the Junker Queen going down is big. I think Misfits will pull through with this, and they are. They're going to force enough players off the point for Misfits to cap and keep this thing rolling. It'd be funny if we have 2 maps with the exact same story where it looks like Phoenix is winning, and then Misfits come back and turn it. The Misfits they're not going to have a lot of time to get this to the second point and to get it to that last point. I would agree with Dry. I think Phoenix definitely is still in the driver's seat for this match. They just have to not get snowballed. And that's a good start there with Mineral Fish taking out Arcanian. Let's take a quick stat check here. See who's popping off. Looks like Omar and Kazi popping off for Misfits. And then it looks like Gatsby and Tay are really popping off on the side. Phoenix. All right, in a nicely played team fight from Phoenix, they're going to use just one ult, it looks like, just Nano, for a total team wipe. Good use of ult economy there. They had ults ready to go. They had Queen, they had Pulse Bomb, but they had good trigger discipline and didn't use what they didn't need. And now they've got those for future fights. And Omar flanking, but they're going to be in for a rough surprise here. Mojito going to make sure they've got backup. And that flank is going to be a rough one for Omar. And the Pulse Bomb going to be dropped onto Juicio. And it's all orange in the kill feed once again. Misfits down to a minute once again. It's not looking good because Misfits are going to have to win multiple team fights in a row now to try and get this to the second point. The second point is a long one. They are getting close to about 4 ultimates, though. They're getting close to everything except Juno. Omar with the opening pick onto Mojito, but they have nothing to survive this Queen right now. Going to get some nice peel from their supports. Has their ultimate as well, yep. Nice ult there to finish off the Baptiste Reaper on the payload. Mineral just stalling. Mineral stalling so much time. In the meantime, Phoenix has been getting kills while multiple people were worrying about Mineral Fish. Right now it's Gatsby's turn to stall for Phoenix. Kazi knows exactly where that Tracer is, though. But just stalling the payload, it looks like. Forcing their attention. And then getting out. Meanwhile, Kazi's on the front line trying to push this thing over. Misfits need to win this team fight or it's over. Has a bubble to cleanse their teammate there, but 2 Misfits players are down in. Mineral Fish with a massive Death Blossom is going to get 3. Gatsby finishes the other 2. And we've got a tied series just like that. 1 apiece. I told you if there was one series where both teams were going to score a point in the first round of the playoffs, it was going to be this one.
Play of the game.
Oh, I just realized the thing in the top left is showing the wrong information. Here, let me fix that. Let's see. I made a command to do it from the Discord. Let me try and remember. Let's see. Let's see if that'll work. Boom, that's better. No one corrected me that it still said regular season in the top left.
When I was a kid, you said you'd always be there for me.
All right. Arcanian back in for tank. Kazi back on the Genji. I am still curious about what led for the Kazi swap to tank last map. I'm not saying that Kazi's a bad tank. Definitely not. I'm just curious why they decided to do that. All right, and some different heroes coming out for the side of Phoenix. We got Mojito on the Moira, which I don't believe we've seen yet. We've got a Life Weaver. I've got a Life Weaver in my game right now. This is a hero we do not see in the SOL at all. I've been hearing, though, that some teams do play Life Weaver even on the highest levels, but It's not a character I hear a lot of good things about. Oh, that's because actually Moshimer is actually new. This is their first map, I believe, for Phoenix this match. Moshimer gonna finish off Arcanian though. Tay gonna help save their Lifeweaver there, and Phoenix are already making some serious waves right now. Phoenix are already approaching the first checkpoint. Gatsby on the Venture, not a hero we've seen yet in this match either, so looks like we got some pretty deep hero pools, and Mineral Fish going back to the Soldier. No, I won't let them live this down. I didn't understand that it was swap off a Soldier on Shimbali, but looks like they're back to what was working, and boy is it working. Phoenix already has the checkpoint. Omar will find Mojito, and Arcanian is going to find Gatsby. That's going to help a lot. Give Misfits some time to breathe here. Tay going to get Juicio on their way out. Tay looking for the other support on their way out. Almost had cops as well. Tay not going down without a fight. Arcanian gonna get another opening pick, gonna get Gatsby. Omar with Visor. Nice tracking there. Laying down tons of pressure. And both teams are getting close to a ton of ultimates here. We'll see who kicks things off. We're getting close to a Nano Blade as well as a Curie ult. Phoenix has the ults right now, and Misfits are very close but do not have their ults yet. We'll see if Phoenix can press the gas pedal before Misfits can get to work here. They are going to get Omar. There goes Juicio. Misfits need to make sure they don't use anything here. They got to keep that blade. They got to keep that Kitsune Rush. Honestly, just die. Die or get out. And Kazi still trying to make it out of there, and will. And Omar's actually going to punish them for pushing up too far, and going to be able to take out Mineral Fish. Okay. So Misfits played that well, though. They kept all their ultimates. They've got 5 ults. Now the goal is don't use them all at the same time. Omar going to use theirs first. Going to lead to 2 quick picks. We do Nano there instead of saving it for Nano Blade, which is interesting. I don't know what we nanoed. I didn't see it. Maybe it was to save someone's life and it was worth it. Gatsby! Oh my gosh, Gatsby with 6 HP is going to take out Kazi and then get a health pack. That is not what you want to see right now for Misfits. It's still in their back line. Gonna take a duel on Omar there, and luckily for Misfits, Omar will finish that duel. That would have been catastrophic if both DPS were taken out by a flanking Cass. All right, now this is Misfits' first opportunity to start moving into Phoenix territory, but they're gonna lose Juicio there. And now Mineral Fish is gonna go for a Visor of their own. And absolutely nobody's going to come play with Mineral. We still have Cops and Arcanian moving the bot along and almost able to take out the Cassidy there. A perfect Suzu came out from... What the hell? They don't have a... Phoenix doesn't have a Kiriko. What Suzu the Cassidy? Did you guys see that? Gatsby got Suzu'd right after they got hooked. But Phoenix doesn't have a Kiriko. How the hell did that happen? I'm so confused. Doesn't matter. Kazi gonna try and go for a blade, but the tree from Moshimer is gonna make sure that they're not able to confirm any kills off of that. And they just gotta finish off Arcanian, and it looks like Phoenix can move even deeper into Misfits territory. Cleanse from Lifeweave Grip. Oh, Lifeweave Link has a grip, has a cleanse? I didn't know that. Thank you, Paltheater. Appreciate it. I don't know much about Lifeweaver, to be honest with you. Gotcha. Okay, so it has a cleanse. Thank you. I was really confused. All right, Arcanian gonna go for a whole hog, and it's gonna get 3 big whole hog from Arcanian. Gonna get 2 with the ult and 1 off the map. And finish up a team fight with just 1 ultimate. Top still has this Kitsune Rush. Is this the first Kitsune Rush? Have they still held this one from last time? I think they might. Might not have had a great opportunity to use it yet. All right. Misfits turn here, but they've got to get deep into Phoenix territory. Phoenix can just play on defense for the remainder of this map. Kazi, though, with a nice deep play on the Gatsby, gonna finish him off there. I think Gatsby killed himself with their own flashbang. Hito very low. Peek, peek, peek. I was waiting for somebody on Misfits to peek them. They were so low. All right, Omar gonna go for Attack Visor in the Kitsune Rush, which can do a ton of damage, but unfortunately not if you're right in front of their Junker Queen. Gonna be taken out with only just the one pick on the Lifeweaver. Kazi now dueling Mineral Fish on the upper side of the map. Gonna be helped out by Gatsby there, finishing off the Genji. Juicio gonna be taken out as well. Arcanian will be next. And Misfits just not able to make any progress into Phoenix territory. And they are running out of time. Let's place his future reference delays like 5 seconds. Oh my gosh. I know why. I accidentally... So I turned off the delay for something else, and I forgot to turn it back on. So sorry about that, Palfitter. Probably not much I can do for this match, but I'll turn the delay back on for the next matches. Thank you so much for letting me know. Usually it's a minute delay. Alright, Attack Visor from Mineral Fish. Phoenix already increasing their lead here. Well in the lead, but they'll surely take a longer one. We get one pick on either side. Arcadian going down for Misfits. Mihio going down for Phoenix. Cops is in serious trouble, floating around, just being peppered by Mineral. Omar, though, gonna finish off the soldier on the high ground. Kazi hunting this Lifeweaver. Having trouble hitting Moshimer, though. Moshimer holding their own on the Lifeweaver. And actually, Moshimer will escape the clutches of Kazi there, which is not something that's super easy to do. And Phoenix with the ult economy as well. This is going to be really tough for Misfits to turn around. And Kazi will side of Weaver. That's what I'm wondering. If I'm playing Lifeweaver and a Genji comes at me, bro, I'm gone. There's no getting out of that. I think it was a combination of Kaz missing their shots and Moshimer hitting theirs. Right, Arcanian with another whole hog, but really no one to pin against a wall, so not going to be able to get much value with it besides some space. Going straight up to the high ground, though. I'm going to finish off Mineral Fish. Hito next. Okay, Misfits are getting some picks. They're actually getting close to this first checkpoint here. But they've still got so much ground to make up. They got to finish off these other three while their teammates are down. If they don't get any more kills here, that's going to be a major problem. They're going to have to use an ult to try and get it done. Kazi, oh my gosh, jumping right in the middle of them, even though they were low. Got to get that health back. Oh, and just narrowly will. Still could be in trouble. Now Arcanian coming to help. Pushing back Tay on the Junker Queen. And believe it or not, they've got a chance at this. Oh, but that's brutal. Omar is going to be taken down mid-tack visor, and never mind. That could be nail in the coffin. They needed Omar to be alive there. They needed Omar to survive. Why is that audio cue so long? You know, it was falling for like 60 seconds.
30 seconds remaining.
Omar gonna take out Mineral there, and this is officially Misfits' last chance. Otherwise, they're gonna be one map away from being eliminated this season. And it's a massive Junker Queen ult. It's gonna catch everybody. Everybody's gonna be anti. Juicio has to just use their ult, but it's gonna have so much less value now that half their team is dead. Moshimer gonna finish off Juicio. Moshimer lethal on the Lifeweaver. Okay, Misfits are not done yet, but they are in a rough position. It's just gonna be Arcanian on the bot right now, and they have to stall for reinforcements. Luckily, that's something Hog is pretty good at as long as he's not antied. Can't do it forever, though. Can anybody touch? The Genji probably can, but Mineral Fish currently ulting. And Misfits are going to clean up the point here. Can anybody touch? And oh my gosh, it's kind of just a tale of the first point again for Misfits, where they had the ultimates. It just wasn't... The ultimates just didn't come at the times that Misfits needed them to get the most value. But that's, you know, that's half of Overwatch, is knowing when to press your ultimate, you know? And Phoenix with an impressive second map in a row for them. Gonna be up 2-1. Big play though from Arcanian on the Hog. That was nasty. Possibly the last map of the series here. Misfits, they lose one more map. Their season, for season 7, is gonna come to an end today. All right, we've got our bans in. Misfits are gonna ban Ana, which is interesting because I know Juicio does play Ana sometimes. And Phoenix are gonna ban Cass, which is interesting because they've played some Cass in this too. So I'm not surprised by the Cass ban though, because Omar on the Cass has been just brutal for Phoenix. That has been probably their biggest problem. Besides, you could maybe say, you know, Cass, you could Kazi Genji, you could say Arcanian on the Hog, but the Cassidy has been brutal. On a ban, I'm a bit more confused about. Maybe that's never mind. I get it now. Hold on, holy silver level understanding of what's going on. It's because of this guy right here, and it's because we're on Ilios. They want Arcanian to just be able to go to work on Hog and not have to be worried by being hit with a anti-nade every time they're trying to get something done. And we are going to see Lucio for the first time now for Misfits. So really, Misfits are in a great position to turn this around with the Hog not having to worry about being antied, and on a map like Ilios where a Hog can just go to work. So the real question is, can they deliver and can they force a map 5? Mojito in big trouble. We've got a different player playing Lifeweaver now for Phoenix? What? Where did they find these Phoenix players? Why do we have 2 different people playing Lifeweaver? You guys are confusing me. I like the crosshair though. That's a cool Lifeweaver crosshair. All right, Omar, who is been taken off their Cassidy, is gonna go on the Soldier, and I just now realized they were playing Soldier last map, so I don't think Omar really cares that their Cass got banned. I mean, maybe Cass would be a little better for the situation here, but Soldier can definitely work. You can honestly go on some nasty flanks on Ilios here. All right, Juicio is gonna go down first. Mineral Fish, who's on the Hanzo, is gonna be taken out next. And Gatsby with 2 quick kills is gonna swing things right back in Phoenix's favor. Gonna be found by Arcanian though. Not over yet for Misfits. They can at least squeeze some percentage out. Especially if Arcanian gets a gross hook and hooks the queen off the map or something. And that's exactly what is gonna happen. What? What? How did Tay not go off the map there? Did anybody see? Arcanian hooked and pulled Tay, and they were right above the pit. Oh my gosh, did they get life gripped? And I missed it? I'm not gonna make fun of you guys anymore for playing Lifeweaver if that's what happened. I kind of want to watch that back. I mean, I don't know. But that would have saved the day. All right, the Misfits are going to swing it back. A very short stay, just 23%. And Kazi with Barrage looking to create something over here. I'm wondering why they're not on the Genji, to be honest with you. Maybe it's because they're going Hanzo Tracer. They feel like nothing can really challenge them, maybe. All right, 2 quick kills for Phoenix. Going to finish off Juicio as well. Omar going to be trying to get out of there. Omar can always get a pick, even on their way out. Not going to be able to escape this time. All right, Phoenix back in control of the objective. They're going to grab Mineral Fish quickly, and they've got ults to work with. Misfits could finish it here. Waiting for this barrage. We're going to get attack visor in the meantime. Moshimer not going to be able to escape. Tay going to get that quick trade, though, and stop the attack visor. Now Kazi's in trouble. Gatsby going to come out of the woodwork to get cops over there. And it looks like Misfits might be turned away again. Barrage does come, but I feel like it's late. I feel like we might have needed to hold on to that. Mineral nearly kills himself, but Luckily for them, Mojito had a high vantage point on the situation and was able to help them out there. Man, you can get up there high as Life Weaver. Oh. And Mojito gonna check out the bottom of the well and let us know what that looks like. Omar having absolutely none of those shenanigans from Mojito. Omar also gonna get Mineral as well. That's 3 players down for Phoenix. Arcanian gonna get another one. Okay, Misfits could clutch it out here. They gotta stop anybody from touching. Moshimer gonna speed over there. Gonna stun the hog. And here we go. Big team fight for both these teams. We need a Kitsune rush. Drop it. Oh no, but the hog gets antied. They banned the Ana, but they can't ban the Queen, and that could be the deciding factor of this map right now. Phoenix are gonna win this team fight. Misfits might have one more chance to get to this point and try and take it, but they need to regroup. And Cassie just gonna reset. I think that's a reset. I don't think they just blinked into the well. It's all gonna come down to this last team fight. A big hook here could end it. Oh my gosh, I think the hook connected, but Moshimer was just barely behind the wall. All gonna come down to this team fight. This is a massive team fight for both these teams. Misfits need to win this, otherwise it is gonna be so challenging for them to try and finish this off. Harassing the Hanzo, and Hanzo is gonna narrowly take that one. Tay getting so low on the Junker Queen. Omar gonna get 2. But it's a huge pulse bomb that's gonna blow up Arcanian, and Phoenix is gonna finish the team fight. And we are gonna finish that 99-99.
Thanks.
Phoenix just barely at the end there are gonna snag it. I can't lie to you guys though. I can't lie to you. With how close this has been, I am rooting for a map 5. I don't care who wins it once we get to map 5. But right now, I'm kind of rooting for Misfits to win this one because I want it to come down to a map 5 because, I mean, map 5s are very exciting. All right, looks like we might be off the hog now. Arcanian gonna go to their other main here of Lionheart. And Cop's gonna go for Alari. Okay, so we're switching up a lot here. Mineral is also gonna be switching things up, gonna be on the Sombra. Arcanian opening pick, gonna get Gatsby with a Fire Strike. Man, Tracer is a hard one to catch with a Fire Strike too. Gatsby, I mean, Kazi almost losing a duel to Life Weaver again. Second time this match. And back and forth, but even with Misfits getting the initial pick, it looks like Phoenix is winning this team fight. Juicio off the map. Not sure if they reset themselves there or if they forgot where they were flying. And Misfits had the point for a whopping, what, 7%? 8%? Omar gonna help finish off Mineral there. Cop's gonna be taken out by Gatsby, so 4v4 at the moment. Gatsby's been going crazy on this Tracer. And is going to be able to get out. Going to get out with Murder there. Taking out Juicio. Now, honestly, Misfits need to regroup and reestablish themselves. They had a nice start to this map. They need to make sure they don't get in their heads. Omar going to finish off Gatsby, but they're going to lose Kazi. It's really hard here for Misfits to get a kill without an immediate trade coming through. They're going to lose Cops. I mean, this Sombra Tracer duo is ripping them apart right now. Omar's done a good job trying to stop it. Oh my gosh, 1 HP for Omar. I saw them get hit with that hack. I knew that they were gonna get low, but 1 HP, that's crazy. We're popping Visor, but there's nothing really in the area besides the Tracer at the moment. Kazi actually gonna swap to the Tracer now, gonna get a double kill. Where's the Genji? That's what I'm curious about. Oh. He's there, he's there, he's there. All right. Kazi's had a tough time dueling Life Weavers lately. We'll see if they can do this. Okay, gonna get some backup in the end there, and Kazi gonna escape with 3 HP. Misfits do have control of the point. Could we see a shatter here? Around the corner. Oh, it's a good pin, but not able to finish it off. All right, Misfits were able to get to 50%, but flipped back the way of Phoenix, and we are already in final fight territory, and the alt economy is all Phoenix right now. UCO could be in trouble early. That could be a game ruiner there. Omar gonna save their life. That could have been crazy bad for Misfits if they lost their Juno right there. And they do have a pick, but they need to go. They need to get to point. They need to win this team fight. Otherwise, their season is over, and they're going to lose Kazi, taken out by Moshimer. And Omar will get a kill, but is going to be traded out immediately. This shatter could save them here. Arcanian doing their best to try and keep their team in this, but they're going to get antied and finished off by the Junker Queen. And is anybody there to touch for Misfits? The Misfits do have control, but they're going to have to touch. It's going to have to be Kazi or Omar. Omar is going to be able to touch, but immediately taken out. Kazi's going to have to touch. This is probably the end of the season for Misfits. It doesn't look like anybody else is going to be able to touch. And they had a Juno ult in the bag. So unfortunate. They'll use it, but it's not going to matter. And that is going to be Phoenix taking the match 3-1. That was a fun one to watch. That one makes up for the other matches we've had to watch in round 1 of the playoffs. They've not been good matches, but this one was. This one was a lot of fun. Lots of big plays from players on both sides.